96.7 KCAL rocks. Time for a little bit of sports on a Monday. One thing I look forward to so much, other than Monday Night Football, I'm not going to lie. Something that makes Mondays better is sports with Pep. What's up, Pep?
Yo, good morning. Hey, that's two of us, man. I'm always looking forward to Monday Night Football. Actually, Patrick, you can look forward to it twice today because we've got two Monday Night Football games. Saints and Panthers, Browns and Steelers, a Monday Night Football doubleheader. In fact, I think they're kind of staggered maybe by like an hour or so. Like they're not technically one after the other.
I feel like this could be something that they do every Monday night because we're West Coasters.
Yeah.
But I think that people should stick up for the East Coast and give them an early game because I'll never forget when I went to New York and I watched Monday Night Football and how late it was. And I was like, how did they do this? I remember the reverse of that being in Hawaii and watching Monday Night Football at like 2 p.m. and being like, this is great. Let's go to the beach after the game.
So what you're saying is we are in the perfect spot to watch football here in the Inland Empire.
Yeah, we really are.
Yeah, so we got two Monday Night Football games tonight. That's going to be a lot of fun. But a big Sunday across the NFL. We'll start with the 49ers against the Rams. 49ers winning on the road at SoFi, 30-23. 49ers, I would say, didn't look great, but they looked good enough to beat a Rams team who, Patrick, I'm kind of surprised how they've looked through the first two games, especially with Cooper Kupp, not playing yet. The Rams beat Seattle, your Seahawks, in the first game of the year, and they gave the 49ers a great game yesterday. Like, I think they're still in pretty good shape despite the loss yesterday to the Niners.
I feel like the Rams are much better than people are giving them credit for, and the emergence of Nakua, that receiver, is absolutely incredible. Trust me, I know because he's on my fantasy team, and he's the reason that I'm winning this week. But the Rams are much better than people thought, but that's how good the 49ers are because they took everything they had and still won. The 49ers seem to be so good that they can even kind of play like crap and still win. And to me, that's the sign of a champion.
That's funny because I was thinking the same exact thing, that the 49ers didn't even look that great. I mean, I'm a big Brock Purdy guy, and there were like 3 or 4 throws that he completely missed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, those were touchdowns right there. So they could look bad and still beat a good team on the road. I'm like, that's still a really good sign for the 49ers.
When you can, yeah, exactly. When you can play not well and still get the win, it's really all that matters. And I think it's a good sign. But you can see all around, I can't think of a better all-around team than the 49ers right now.
They look pretty solid. Really, really solid right now. And for the Rams, you brought up Puka Nacua. Listen, the Rams went and found Cooper Kupp, right? From, what was it, Eastern Washington?
Yes.
And then they go find Puka Nacua from BYU. Like, they find these receivers who fit well into their system. Nacua with 15 catches yesterday, which is a NFL record for a rookie in a single game. And he's got over 10 catches and over 100 yards in each of his first 2 games. No player's ever done that in NFL history. So this guy is a star, and he's only 2 games into his NFL career.
He's a star, and we talked about it last week. One thing I think we kind of overlooked and didn't remember was Stafford's healthy. You know what I mean? And he's throwing darts. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stafford looks good. He looks like he's back, and there's no problem there. And if they can get Cooper Kupp back at some point, you got Nacua. Like, that offense looks okay for the Rams. So I don't think they're in bad shape going forward. The other game from the NFC West, if you want to bring it up, the Seahawks, they played the Lions. And Patrick, I got to be honest, I thought they were going to win that game. I thought they had Detroit.
Yeah, and I mean, then Detroit, see, they had the emergence of Montgomery, the running back, and he was just running it down our throats. He eventually got injured, and it was just a wacky, wild game. Overtime, here we go. The ref telling our quarterback that he's talking to America. It was a very funny, entertaining game. I screamed a lot at the TV. A win is a win.
That's right. So the Seahawks and Lions, that was a good one. Should we bring up the Chargers? I don't know if we should even bring up the Chargers at this point.
I mean, it is. It's there.
Losing on the road at Tennessee by a field goal in overtime. I just feel like the Chargers are just going to charger. Like, that's just, they find a way to take the L.
Yeah, they seem to have talent coming out their ears, but they cannot get over that hump and finish for some reason.
Yes.
They give me the Kirk Cousins feeling, if you will.
Yeah, they did not have Austin Eckler. They're missing one of their starting linebackers, so they didn't have their full complement of guys. But still, it's like, man, the Chargers. At some point, you got to level up. You got to get over that hump. You got to find a way. And oh man, I just don't get it. But they took another loss in overtime yesterday. Brandon
Staley's seat is getting hot.
Yeah, it is. I think there's too much talent that they're supposed to be winning. At least, I'm not saying they're going to beat the Chiefs and be the AFC West champs, but you should definitely be in the playoff hunt. And if they're not in the playoff hunt, maybe midway through the season, we could see a change if I was going to predict something.
That seat is red hot.
How about Cowboys and Jets? I bring up that game. Maybe it's not a big deal. The Cowboys hammered the Jets 30-10. Zach Wilson, he is not the solution. I think the Jets already knew that. But here was the interesting story this week, Patrick, that, Aaron Rodgers, of course, he tore his Achilles tendon, and we're like, man, that guy is done. He's probably not going to be ready for the beginning of next season, like next September. Well, they're saying he had some state-of-the-art procedure that he might be able to return to the Jets in January if they made the playoffs. Could A-Rod actually return this season and get the Jets to the Super Bowl this season?
I'm all for being positive, but I'm also realistic. It is impossible. From what we know, if this is a real ruptured Achilles, torn Achilles, that stuff, it's not possible. You know what I mean? Unless he's talking about he's going to get centered with his ayahuasca or whatever. I don't know what's going on. There is no way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this happens. I mean, first off, the Jets have to make the playoffs, and they're probably a bubble team. They're right there on the fringe. At the end of the season, I feel like they might be, 8-7 with a couple games to play and with a chance. But man, they did not look good against Dallas. I know Dallas is good. Don't get me wrong. Cowboys are pretty good this year. But man, first they got to get to the playoffs, and then Aaron Rodgers has to have this miraculous recovery. So, I mean, the stars would have to align. I don't see it happening, but some NFL experts put it out there that it could. I mean, it's out there. There's a chance. So we'll see. I doubt it though. College football, real quick, Patrick. A couple quick takeaways from the weekend. Alabama is not Alabama anymore. They dropped out of the top 10 in the nation right now. And also, Coach Prime in Colorado. If there was one game I wanted to watch this weekend, it was Colorado versus Colorado State. And I stayed up late Saturday night because I wanted to see the finish in overtime. And the Buffaloes win again. And I know Colorado's now got Oregon. So we're going to find out for real if Colorado is for real.
How wild is it that Deion Sanders is the biggest thing going? He is the face of college football right now. He is everywhere. I saw the KFC commercial. I mean, he has the Aflac commercial. He launched that sunglasses line right. I mean, I'm like, what are these two coaches in on this? What do you mean he just launched a sunglasses line, made $1.2 million in one day after the sunglass comment? I'm like, this Deion is something else. All the celebrities on the sideline.
Yes.
The Rock coming to visit him on College game day. Boulder is going off.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else like this. That he has brought so much star power. And here's the incredible part, Patrick, that I kind of gets lost. Colorado was one of the worst teams, if not the worst team, among the Power 5 conferences. Like, they were that bad, like horribly bad. And he turned them around like that.
He didn't take over Florida State. He took over Colorado. I mean, they've sucked forever. This is unreal.
It is unreal. So, yeah, keep an eye on Colorado. They got a big one coming up on the road at Oregon. So we're going to find out for real if Coach Prime and the Buffs are for real, because that's a huge game on the road against the Ducks.
Better get after Bo Nix.
Yes, Bo Nix is a good quarterback. We'll find out.
He's still there. It looks like he's about 35 years old, but he's still there.
He's been there for about 35 years. Between Auburn and Oregon, he's been around. And finally, quick baseball notes. The Dodgers, your National League West champions again. 10th time in the last 11 years. And for the Halos, mathematically, officially eliminated from playoff contention. The Angels are out.
The Angels are out, and then, they showed Ohtani clearing out his locker, and that was a big news story. Oh, my God, they cleared out the locker, and then they're going to have a big news conference on what this means, and they're like, he's done, and he's injured. You thought it was going to be a big trade announcement or something like that. It was like, he's not feeling well. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, he cleaned out his locker, so we might have seen Ohtani in an Angels uniform for the very last time. And then, there's Mike Trout trade rumors swirling that he might be on the trading block. So, man, the Angels, I don't even know. I don't even know how to say it. Like, there was so much promise and so much talent, and could they really break up the band? Would they just get rid of their superstars and start from scratch? Yeah, it's a possibility.
Cross town over there, the Dodgers are looking great. I mean, they swept my Mariners, and they punked us like the high school bully. And if that's how they're going to play, everyone better step up their game, because I know that we're like worried about the pitching, obviously a little bit with the Dodgers, but that's about it. You know what I mean? Everything else looks pretty good. They're hot at the right time.
Yeah, no, they look awesome. And remember, the Dodgers were supposed to be down this year, right? That the Padres were supposed to win the West. And remember, Arizona came out hot, and the Diamondbacks were in first place in the beginning of the season. But at the end of the day, it's the Dodgers again, rolling people, beating teams, going to the playoffs hot. So, yeah, they're going to be a real factor in the playoffs.
Man, well, enjoy your doubleheader in Monday Night Football, and we will know even more when we check in with Pep once again on Thursday. Pep, tell me how to get your stuff.
Can't wait. Get my stuff on Inland Sports, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We got the Inland Sports YouTube channel, Inland Sports.
Thanks, Pep.